Welcome back to Monster Train. In today's episode, it is 2:50 p.m. I'm a little later today. I've been up for a few hours, but I don't really know what I've been doing, honestly. Just kind of been sitting here, browsing the internet. I've had Monster Train open for like 20 or 30 minutes. It's becoming a part of my ritual. But we're here. It's time. I'm ready. Are you ready? I hope you're ready. If you clicked on this video, I assume you are prepared to play Monster Train. Or watch, I guess. You don't have to play if you don't want to. Hope you're doing well. I'm doing fine today. The 7th. It's a Friday. I hear you. My classes start up soon, which is a shame. It's been nice having some time off, but also when I have time off, I always feel like I'm just wasting my time these days. So I'm kind of looking forward to having classes again so that I can feel like I'm not wasting my time. It's kind of a weird mental, I recognize, but you know. I maybe I'll do something productive. Actually, I did do something productive. I don't know if I mentioned, but I started going to the gym again. I have drugged myself out. I'm gonna be going a little later today as well. Pretty fun, pretty exciting. Very cool. And my legs hurt. They're not happy. I'm probably gonna want to stretch them out some during the recording, but will I do that? I don't know. Anyway, let's ask a question and let's get going. This is a food question. Get ready. So last night, it was very late. It was like 3 or 4 in the morning, and I was hungry. And I went down and I made some ramen, and I went, okay, I want to try something different. I want to try making a peanut sauce for my ramen. So I looked up a recipe, and I did not follow it. Peanut sauce, from my understanding, primary ingredients are like peanut butter, vinegar, soy sauce. And I put those together. I put rice wine vinegar, I put some brown sugar and all of that. But I didn't actually follow the recipe because the recipe made like a cup of sauce, and I didn't need that much sauce. And so what I just kind of want to talk about not following recipes versus following recipes, because when I ended up making it, and I don't think it came out very well. I think I used too much vinegar, but I don't know. I'm entering a point in my life where I'm much more inclined to do trial and error, where I go, yeah, I want this, I'm going to throw it together. And then I made it, and it wasn't good, but now I know and I can make it better next time. Yeah, I wanna know, are you able to? I feel like if you're in a culinary profession, you are probably a lot better at just eyeballing it and tasting as you go. But up until recently, I have always been a follow recipes to the letter sort. So, so I kind of wanted to talk about that today. It doesn't always have to be an exact question. That's what I'm in the mood to talk about today. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. Let's begin. Today is Exile Awoken, Exile Stygian. There's one thing I don't like about this. 2 things, I guess, but we'll get there. Soulsucker Talos, Shadow Arcus, Sap Seraph, Steel Enhancer, Ice Tornado, Edge Prior. So we have Edge Prior with no healing, and we have Ice Tornado with foregone power. Those are 2 things I don't love. Refracting lenses with no consume starter here, I actually don't like, and I would prefer a guild marker, because this is probably going to be worth. Realistically speaking, this clan combo doesn't have a lot of consumes. I don't pick a consume spell that I want here. I would be picking the consume spell to fulfill refracting lenses through the early game, and so I'm going to end up I can't do plus 20 consume on either of my starters either. So I'm going to end up probably healing a lot less off of this than you would on average. I would still heal a lot, but I think Guild Marker gives me a little more value. Strangler, I have Root Seeds and Steel Enhancer and Ice Tornado. Predator, I want to play Predator. I feel like I've been clicking Strangler too much lately. Now if I see Strangler again, I will probably take it, but I'm down to pick the Horde. Sketch is pretty awful. Temper Talisman does nothing. Jackstrip's great for early game. Clergyman combat would be cool. This is fine. We just slap ourselves bottom floor here with an invasion trial and take the free money. Probably gonna get hit by the priest, but that should be all. And not playing Edge Prior. Edge Prior, lots of problems with Edge Prior in this run. Many reasons I do not care for him here. He does nothing. ultimately. Ice Tornado here stops damage to fire. Collector. I think I play Train Steward down here to block. Collector, get, and then we'll play Ice Tornado next turn. I don't want to put the Train Steward top floor because then I won't be able to Ice Tornado it. That's still fine. I still get the kill because of foregone power, so it's looking like we will, yeah, defeat the boss, get the Collector, take the Trial, take no damage, and take the Pack Shards, which is the best case. This is a perfect combat. Only thing that could be better is if the Trial was unit draft, but... Right, so like, this is the one card that I could have taken with Refracting Lenses and had it be okay, is Wildwood Sap. It's nothing like, it's nothing crazy, but it's not bad. Alternatively, I pick Glimmer and we cover a backline clear. I'm probably going to pick Glimmer. It's better healing, I fear. An offering token over... And Energy Siphon's not bad, actually, with Ice Tornado. Let me try that. I feel like I just default to picking offering token there, and I shouldn't. I should not be defaulting like that. Endless, plus 10 spikes 3, and plus 10 attack. These aren't very good. This Predator is my main source of damage, so I really need a front line. Yeah, I guess I'll be skipping this because, like, ooh, buddy. Don't really want this. I guess there's a world where I play like Animus of Will, and Animus of Will with Nameless Siren is okay, although you'd probably go the other way. I think I should pick Nameless Siren here. I think I should pick Nameless Siren here just as like a flexibility option, more or less. I'm not even... Oh, I could find Multi-Strike. Multi-Strike 2, yeah, I should probably pick it. Yeah. Alright, we didn't hit anything, but you cover your bases here. Could drop 95 on a large stone for Nameless Siren, and then we take every trial and we go hard. I've been doing this lately, but I don't think so. It's like Multi-Strike, Incant Armor 2, and then Animus of Will Infusion on the Nameless Siren is pretty solid, but I didn't see that here, so it's okay. Don't really want Spell Chain, don't really want Intrinsic, don't want to do an Infusion here. Let's head on. Not a great set of events, but still fine. Spike's Trial doesn't scare me because I play top floor. Everything dies on the way up. At the end of the day, I guess Nameless Siren is better than a Train Steward by 2 HP, so she does have that going for her, if nothing else. I don't really feel either way about this one. It's a shame that I missed the Collector, but it's not the end of the world. Probably Frostbite the 43 health opponent. Oh hey, Edgebriar. Wowee. Now you're dead. Priest is maybe gonna hit my pyre for 5. I need to pull an Ice Tornado, which I should, unless they were both bottom of the deck. Yeah, it is Steel Slate. For a second, I thought I saw Sweep boss. I thought I saw, what's his name, Sower of Sorrows? That's the Combat 5 boss. What's your name? Steel Slate. Remember when I almost named every boss in this game, but I missed one? I think I almost named them all. I missed Thoughtbinder, the curse boss on floor 4, because who the hell thinks about that boss? Not I. I think I am going to pick Wildwood Sap. There's a part of me that wants to skip Wildwood Sap just to prove that I wasn't going to take any consumes, and I have to acknowledge that and then recognize that it's potentially wrong. 5 regen kind of sucks, though. But, like, this card can potentially win me Relentless. If I get no other option, I think I should take it. In the worst of times, it's just fine, and in the best of times, it might save the run. I don't hate another Energy Siphon either. Go look at the Awoken banner, I suppose. Husk Hermit's okay. Capricious Reflection. Oh god. I'll click it, but this might screw me over. Large Stone Husk Hermit. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah, quite. I'm down for this, actually. It's not bad. Because so I take space and I go 3 quick Wendleton. Large Stone Husk Hermit kills backline. If I pick up some sort of scaling, Wendleton kills all the front line. It's another line we can follow through here. +10, Bone Shine, Bone Rattler. Is it finally Bone Rattler time? No. No, I don't think so. Could take Bone Shine. Even if this just heals me like 10, I think it's probably fine. I go back and forth on picking this, but, you know, I'm probably going to be in a position where I can play it for 5 or 10. That's better than nothing. +10 Piercing Glimmer. Yeah. We have a few lines outlined for us here today. Right now, it's looking like it might even just be Space Large Stone Husk Hermit and play regen on him as our game plan. For now, he's just going to go bottom floor. I don't lose anything by having him hit the enemies, so like I don't have slight triggers or anything like that. So he can just go be a bastion on the bottom floor for a little while. Now my front line isn't looking great. Nameless Siren's looking a little dead there. It's okay, I have faith. Soulsucker Talos is a haste combat. That Train Steward should be in front of this Husk Hermit, actually. I played that too quickly. Yeah, this wave shouldn't hit me. Alas. I whiffed it. Fine, we get some decent damage here. Yeah, this is a bit of a big mistake, though. Oh wait, we have Jackstrips. Never mind. Somehow forgot about Jackstrips. Go ahead and heal my Siren to full. And I'm just shy of killing that Forged Disciple, but it's okay. I knew there was something that was making that okay. Like, in my mind, in the back of my mind, I was like, there's a reason that I don't need to worry about these backliners, but then I forgot it. Yeah, thanks to the spell weakness, too. And the Frostbite Talos is very low. There's 15 health on Bone Shine, even. Nice. We come out of this combat positive on HP. This Nameless Siren did a good job. And Steel Enhancer. Steel Enhancer falls off quite a bit, but it did give like 12 HP, which is a decent amount for this. Does double stack Spike of the Stygian? This card's fine. Permafrost Cycle of Life is terrible. Ancient Synergy with a +10 is fine. Probably a little better than fine, actually. I should pick this, I bet, because I have the spell weakness. I think it's good. Shark with a +25, Siren of the Sea with an incan armor too. This is a tough choice. So, Siren of the Sea is better at being the front line than Nameless Siren is, but especially with the Incan armor too, right? This is a great frontline unit. But what about the Husk Hermit, right? What am I looking for then? I'm looking for... So I will not be getting Animus of Will, right? Because it's got to be Stygian banner here. This is a tough call. So how do you want to play this? My gut is telling me, my deepest instinct is telling me that if I all in 3 Wendleton quick multi-strike game plan, aka I go all Predator, he's not going to do enough damage because I don't have Razor Sharp Edge and I have no scaling from Stygian because Stygian doesn't have scaling like that it can give to a champion anyway. And so as a result, I feel like I should lean away from the Husk Hermit idea. And I should lean more towards maybe picking Siren of the Sea. However, at the same time, there is a +25 Hot Shark here who is very good as well. If this is my last unit, which I believe it is, because I'm pretty sure I'm going to the Steel Shop here, and I play Siren of the Sea, self-infused with multi-strike. Is that good enough? Yes, but it's only good enough with the help of my spells. And I think that that's probably okay. On top of that, if I play Siren of the Sea, I can probably, if we see it, play Strangler. Ooh, or I could play... I don't think I ever go Predator 3 on this run. Okay, I'm gonna play Siren of the Sea. Lock it in. Lots of reasoning to be done there, but I'm going to play Siren of the Sea. Send tweet. I'm not playing the Husk Hermit, which means I'm not picking space here. I'm picking, I think, energy, because I have 3/3-cost spells that are going to become important. And we're going to the right. Now, if I see multi-strike in the steel shop, the world is all good. Sick. The world is all good. There's no duplicate here. No duplicate here. There's no duplicate here. Duplicate here for the Siren self-infused plan is fine. You could make a case as well, by the way, for doing double space 2 Sirens, but I don't love that. I'm down to play Strangler, and then we'll play Predator 2, Strangler 1. We're going to remove the Nameless Siren and the Husk Hermit. Thank you for your services. I'm gonna crack the Divine Horde. Rationing Scales is pretty good here, I think. Because, okay, so this is worth like 165 gold. Rationing Scales. Because if an enemy makes it to the pyre, that means that I died, because we have Strangler now. The Rationing Scales just gives me a lot of money. It also means that I completely ignore curses if I want to, because I'll just heal the damage I take back. So, I'm good with Rationing Scales here. I'm gonna go ahead and also buy 2 more removals. Train Steward goes away. And now we have Strangler Wendleton with Quick, which is cool. That clears backline for me. And we have a single Siren as our scaling plan. I think it's fine, because the single Siren should do well enough in Relentless to win. This is my hypotheses. And we're going to use spells to kill all of these enemies off. I think that all of this put together should land us a victory. I spent more time than I tend to reasoning through this one, but it's a little difficult to find the right answer. The regen line isn't great because of the armor that the Siren is going to be gaining, I fear. 2 energy siphons on this one. So I never energy siphon middle. Energy siphon back or front. Probably, actually... It's actually best to do it on the back one, so that I... Oh wait, no, it's not. It's fine. He's playing Ice Tornado. Doesn't make a big difference. Wendleton doesn't go first. If Wendleton went first here, then Glimmer would set up Wendleton to wipe the floor out, but it doesn't make a big difference. This deck's expensive right now is what I'm seeing. I'm probably going to want to focus. I mean, we hit our unit upgrades, so I'm going to want to focus on spells primarily. Spell upgrades to make these ice tornadoes better. What? Yeah, right. Sure, yeah. Just kill the 60 HP enemy. Yeah. The sort of thing that happens and you go, damn, that's weird, and then you're playing with Plink and the opposite happens and you go, damn, that feels bad. But this isn't an episode. This isn't an episode about Plink. This episode is not about Plink. It's about something else. Ensnare is bad and Graft is good. This is +1 energy, which is good for my energy deficit. This is also +1 draw, and it's a heal. Holdover Ensnare, it's not bad. I don't know if I said it's bad. It's fine. I could play it. But I don't want to. Double stack Frenzied Swarm is cool here, but Frenzied Swarm not great because it invalidates all my foregone powers. Holdover Preserve is weird. It's like just a spell every turn, but costs me a draw, and I don't want to pick bad holdovers. I'm going to see a lot of holdover options typically, so we're going Magic Shop. Even though there's removals over there, I have a lot of money. The other thing about rationing scales is it converts every health node to a money node, which is cool. I like that as well. Check the temple for value stone. Yeah. Card's very good. Ancient Synergy. If I have a free duplicate, it'll probably go to upgrading that. I don't mind spending money for things like double stack Energy Siphon. I think that that's pretty good. Wildwood Sap is less good in this run, but it's here. We want to make cards cost 1 as our primary goal. I think 1 is better than 2. Removing these Train Stewards is like... I feel like, honestly, it's just not worth considering Crystal Cloak when I remove these Train Stewards. I recognize that it can be Crystal Cloak, but it is Crystal Cloak, by the way, if you're just following along with your ears. However, I don't feel like these 2 Train Stewards are going to make a huge difference. I'm going to respect the fight. Like, the combat can also roll in such a way where it doesn't even make a difference, right? That's the problem. You can roll a combat where those Train Stewards make no difference against Crystal Cloak. Pardon me, I missed the end turn button. Having to spend Ancient Synergy like this is not great because I don't get the incants. I missed 3 incants as a result. Oh my god. At least we have Strangler. I'm just gonna focus a little bit on incanting here because that floor is going to be deadly. This floor is what I like to refer to as a fucking problem. However, I do have... Never mind, that floor is not a problem. Shout out double stack Ancient Synergy. Yeah, I'm focusing my incants now as well because I need to get my Siren enough health to live. Ice Tornado, yeah. Ice Tornado is better there because it means my Siren doesn't get hit. Strong. Edge Prior, fuck it up. I think that's enough health, right? Enough health? It's enough health. 140, yeah. Shout out Edge Prior. But Edge Prior, in case you're wondering, Edge Prior doesn't actually do anything there. Crystal Cloak, you have to have... I believe it's 2 rounds or else the stealth doesn't actually change. This is a weird looking draft. I feel like 3 cards that cost 2 is not something you see that often. There's some interesting tech here, which is Restoring Retreat. You can use it to... No, wait, it doesn't do anything. No, okay. No, it doesn't do anything. No, it does nothing. What I was thinking there was you could use it to let an enemy pass Strangler, but that's not how that works. The Strangler strangles them and then the root falls off right away. So all that would do is... it would do nothing. It would just be heal an enemy for 30. 1 time, and then consume. It seems bad. I could just pick Awake if I wanted to do that. I like Unnamed Tome, but I like Unnamed Tome. When I have a bunch of discards in hand that I'm going to play, you just play it as 1 energy incant. And I'm going Trinket Shop here, avoiding the Steel Shop. Hammer chest plates. I'm looking for... You can probably guess what I'm looking after here. I can afford hammered chest plates, and it's not the worst. Our early turns can be bad. I can afford it. I don't need any of those. Rules of Containment is interesting, but not that good. Oh, I can't spell purge anything. Alright, Edge Prior. Here you go, buddy. Yeah, I can't... I wish that Spell Purge could go on to things like Root Seeds and Foregone Power, so that it wasn't so disappointing. I think Arcus is kind of scary, so I'm gonna keep my. I'm not gonna take the 10 pack shards here because I'm a little worried about. Getting got by old Arcus. On the bright side, we get to play bottom floor. We're gonna want to sneak any damage we can. I should just play Fire there. I don't know why I'm keeping him like he's gonna clutch this fight or something. Yeah, watch out for this Edge Prior play. He's gonna clutch the fight, trust. Nice to not have to deal with incants at least. Like, Energy Siphon Glimmer is best, it feels like. Fine. I think actually could've... I didn't look. I'm not sure if I had enough energy there to wipe that all out. Lives at 1? Oh, because this does 52. About it. Like I said, you just use on Tome like that. Keep the Frostbite stacking. You never know, it makes a bit of a difference sometimes. 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm playing Root Seed. I'm playing everything but Unnamed Tome. It just gets discarded and we don't care. 14 Frostbite is nothing to sneeze at. It's a real threat. Energy Siphon. The double stack Energy Siphon is good. I've been undervaluing Energy Siphon, I think. Card's kinda going nuts. Glimmer's good here because I damaged the boss. We want to take any opportunity to do damage to Arcus. I also think that I should play Foregone Power there first. It's a slight optimization, but it still matters sometimes. Alright, Edge Prior. Fuck it up, buddy. I'm gonna take the 60 damage on Arcus. How we looking? This is how I expected it to look, actually, which is why I was trying to value sneaking damage in, like stacking Frostbite, because I don't know if you noticed, but there's someone on the mid floor who lives 2 rounds against Arcus and kills him. Yeah, sure, I could kill him with Energy Siphon, but fuck it up, Edge Prior. My man. He did it. That's my boy right there. Remove Consume Quick Tome is probably the worst card you could possibly show me. This is 2 energy, do nothing. I will pick Ice Empire. Deep Offering's tempting, but I will pick Ice Empire. And this is draw. Shout out Edge Prior, the hero of the run. I'm gonna go ahead and get my Siren another an infusion here if you don't mind. Duplicate. I could have played Restoring Retreat and then snuck another Siren on the floor. I didn't really think about that. I don't know if it's good. It's probably fine. This is the death sound. Holy moly. I fear that our plan does not actually have enough scaling to defeat the Divinity right now. And similarly, I fear our plan doesn't have enough scaling to beat Sap Seraph. However, like how does this beat a boss? That's the question you gotta find the answer to here. It's definitely not by picking Strangler 2. Yeah, 100% is not by picking Strangler 2. I do not know. One possibility is I could just stack Energy Siphon on the bottom floor. And then on the Divinity's Relentless, I blast him with Ancient Synergy for a decent chunk, but I think that that's bad. I think that that's actually worse than bad. I think that's terrible. Take 20 over here. I think I'll take a 10 now, and then I can have the option to go to an even 100. I think it matters a little. Purging Foregone Power. I know it just clutched Arcus, but it won't clutch Seraph, I don't think. Because I'm gonna play top 4. So how do I get Frostbite on Seraph? The answer is I do not. Let's go. So double and cancel win us the game. Do I reach a point where I one-shot these? I think I do. I think that this trial is fine. This is the go big or go home. Please don't double infuse the front line. Alright, acceptable. Single frontline infusion, that is passable. This unit does 24 times 2. When I get in the habit of putting Wildwood Sap onto Wendleton, Just a mental thing here. Tome here, Frost Tome here. Or Frost, Ice Tornado there. Frost Tome. Glimmer first? No, Glimmer second, actually. Kill that enemy. Now this wave is less frightening. I think I should actually be scaling Wendleton. Right, I should be putting Root Seeds and Steel Enhancers onto Wendy Boy because he sweeps, and that's a little better. Not sure. The Glimmer is kind of important as well, but only for combats like this one where it can kill these Wiltwings. Let's not get too lost in the sauce here. I still need the Scale Siren of the Sea. Let's not get ourselves too lost in the sauce here, trying to save little bits of damage. I do have a 20 attack unit staring me down that I need to be a little more prepared for than I presently am. The armor plus healing clash is a shame. In my perfect world, Ice Tornado hits front Gilded Wings, Wilt Wings, Winged Conduit. That was pretty close to perfect. That is an acceptable outcome. It's actually fundamentally the same outcome, I should even say. I think that this one's weird, right? Because is it the same if I just put my scaling, if I split my scaling like this? I think it is the same or even better. But I'm not sure. That does 450. I'm not sure if it's the same. It feels like it's the same to me, but I can't really tell. Feels like it should be the same. Yeah. Okay, this fight was free. With the +1 per spellcast is a lot more impactful than I expected it to be. Hold over, Restoring Retreat. I think I want to play top 4 though, is the problem with Hold Over, Restoring Retreat, right? Pretty sure I want to play top 4, and so this forces me to play bottom 4? And what if it's late? Yeah, I'd have to play bottom 4, and then I have to draw it early, but if I pull an intrinsic... Okay, here's the deal. I have a lot of money. I can take this, and then if I don't like the idea, I can just throw it out. I can just remove the card. Is this noise picking up? No, it's not. It's not. It's okay. Yeah, you shouldn't be able to hear that tractor going by. Oh, weird looking tractor. It's really long. It's like it's a really long tractor that just went by. Like the width to height ratio is all fucked up. Anyway. We need Divine Mark of a Champion. Sure. Okay, so here's the deal. I have this Restoring Retreat. If I go right, I am not doing anything with this Restoring Retreat. If I go left, I am maybe playing Siren Duplicate into Restoring Retreat game plan. I feel like the higher... So, the left path has the higher upside. The high upside is if there's an intrinsic in the temple. The right is more stable. I think I go left here, because the duplicates and the removals are worth more. Intrinsic would be huge. Alright. It's lit. Hell yeah, buddy. I'm all for it now. I'm gonna be 115, but I think that should be just a dub. Pathos' Scales is good. Concussive Coals is good. I don't think... Actually, no, Health Banners is good, because I play... It's only for turn 1, but it lets me play cards on turn 1 that I might otherwise miss. Yeah, I can't spend any money in the steel shop anyway, so it's not like I'm missing out on anything by buying this. I'm missing out on potential other trinkets, but like, I'm rich. Cursed Vines is a free incant every turn, which is good. And I will buy... I don't actually have anything I want to purge. now that you mention it. Chop has another multi-strike. What a shame. There wasn't a Pyrostone housing, right? I don't think so. Just double check, because it would be really good and really silly of me to miss that. So now that I'm shifting my entire plan to bottom floor, I'm gonna just get rid of Ice Empire. If an enemy makes it to top floor, something went wrong. And that card can't incant for me, and I'll get rid of one foregone power as well. And I have enough for another removal, but I don't really want it, so what would I remove here? Last foregone power? Actually last foregone power, but it's free. This is just a free incant when I draw it now, because it's always going to get played last. The 3-cost Ice Tornado is a little underwhelming, I suppose, but I'm going to buy Icicle Fracture. Remember when I started playing this game, I thought Icicle Fracture was broken. I thought this shit was crazy strong. I was wrong. I think it becomes less good when you're playing Exile Stygian as well. And, you know, I'm playing Exile Stygian, hello. Hey, turn 1 Siren of the Sea. Vinegrass means that I don't have to worry about these enemies walking by me. And Siren here, restoring retreat on down. And I still think it's best for me to be scaling Wendy Boy. Now, restoring retreat after the fact is kind of interesting, right? Like, now when you look at restoring retreat, you go, I'm not playing this anymore. So I only play it one time. Which is a little strange, if you ask me, to have this big boy card, but the holdover just doesn't matter. Why would I ever play this again, right? I think the answer is I would not. I guess it just gets frozen. Yeah, it just gets frozen and then it sits in my hand. And it doesn't hurt my hand size or anything. It's all good. I think this run should be a win from this position with the double Sirens. This should win Relentless and nothing should get by Wendleton plus the Sirens, so I'm feeling good. Yeah, Restoring Retreat's kind of like a -1 draw now because I'm going to have turns where I draw 10, but it's fine because the value I gain from having a second Siren has to be enough, right? I missed. With the help of the spells too, Wendleton is doing enough damage to kill enemies. I think I should have gotten rid of this 3-cost Ice Tornado. In hindsight, like, I can't play this card. I really just can't. Sorry, I misclicked the target there. With that, playing bottom floor also eliminates having to deal with the Divinity sweep, which was a bit of a concern. I guess I could also... I can't play... I could play Engraft. I probably have enough healing to live it anyway, but I don't have to now. Cool run. This one kind of just came together. I feel like, again, I've been talking about it a lot lately, but this is another run of playing the early game and then leveraging what you do in the early game into playing the late game. Like, I played strong lines through the early game with things like jack strips, and I just converted it into this, which should win. Yeah. So it would not win without the second Siren as well, so I think that that was the correct play. However, if I didn't have the second Siren, we would be playing a slightly different game plan overall. So, it's the situation where I can sit here and I can go, yeah, so here's another way you could play it. But I don't have to because I got this. Another one of those mentality things where I'm like, okay, but what if I didn't hit here? How would I have played this if I didn't hit? I don't really feel like I need to explain myself out and, like, go, yeah, well, I won this, but there were other lines. Of course there were other lines, but I didn't have to play them. I picked the line that the game showed me. It's a mental thing. I try to talk it out and explain things as if I wasn't lucky, but I did get lucky here. I got this intrinsic restoring retreat game plan, but I think that this was winnable without it. Oh, also my frontline Siren might just get killed on this turn, which would be awkward. Let's see. There's a trick you can play here to save her, I believe. There's a little tricky trick. How would this play out, by the way? She does take the damage, okay. Good to know. Still dead? You're still dead. Now... 18. Okay, she lives. If she was still dying here, the tricky trick I was gonna play was to play Restoring Retreat. It actually might still be right. I think it is right to play Restoring Retreat as a heal. Oh no, it's not. I had to play you top floor then, but I cannot. This is fine. I think this should be acceptable. Because I drew in Graft here, which is good value. Silence first, by the way. Graft heal. Yeah, you look sick. I mean, as long as I can afford to, I may as well play Restoring Retreat for the heal. I think. And I want to pull this enemy to the front. Yeah, I don't care about the Equipped Defender. They have to deal with 12 damage to the front every turn, but that's a lot. Like, even though it's a little more pressure, 12 to the front, it's not as bad. I'm gonna steal Cancer front for help. It's not as bad as 30 damage overall to the floor every turn from the sweep floor. It's worth remembering, keeping in mind. Alright, I'm squinting my eyes here. You're not... Okay. You're not spell weakness. So... Vine Grasp of the Harvest. Very good luck that we got single enemy harvest. Extremely fortuitous. So, I believe the best option here is to play Energy Siphon number 2. Actually, I'd double play it, right? That doesn't make a difference. Too bad. Thought I was going to be cute and pick this Clip Defender off as well. I was incorrect. 2 hits here, huh? Sure. Wildwood Sap needs to go on Wendleton so he doesn't die to spikes over the course of this fight, but I think from this position we stabilize. Yeah, because I answer mini bosses by sweeping them. I have Unnamed Tome, I have... Yeah, in hindsight here, what the big takeaway for this run should be for you, if you're not sure, I would have been better off removing this Ice Tornado. It is too expensive and too hard to play. I could play it there, but I don't want it to hit one time on this boss when I'm about to draw Ancient Synergy, right? Ancient Synergy is about to absolutely end this mini boss, and I don't want to waste that spell weakness on 20 damage into 60. Yeah, in the early game, Ice Tornado did great. In the late game, Ice Tornado became not so good. Because there's too many targets is the problem with it. It's a good spell for cleanup and it's a good spell early, but there's too many enemies for Ice Tornado to have an impact on. I also would like to mention, honorable mention to this run goes to Tethys' Scales. There's a lot going right to make this run work, and so I'm trying to, it feels like I'm just jumping around like crazy, but I'm trying to cover everything that's happening to make this run be strong. So there's Tethys' Scales, which is good, offering me, just like whenever it procs one spell weakness, that's sick. There's this Energy Siphon, which is doing a lot of good damage and good work for me. Play Unnamed Tome first. The Energy Siphons are doing well, but the big thing is I have as much time as I need to hit these enemies. Like, I have as much time as I need to hit these enemies with spells, so I apply Spell Weakness, and Energy Siphon kills with Ancient Synergy, which is good. On top of that, this deck has 8 to 10 draw per turn, 23 cards, so even though there's only really one good damage spell in the deck, which is the Ancient Synergy, I just draw it every 2 turns. These enemies get locked to the floor and I just keep drawing it. I believe that this Siren in the back 1v1's the boss. I'm very happy with how this run turned out. I feel like I did a pretty good job. The only only real obvious thing I could have changed about this to be stronger is remove the Ice Tornado. And for the Divinity, I actually don't think I need the second... Yeah, I didn't need the second Siren. But for Seraph, I needed the second Siren. And the second Siren, she makes a big difference in terms of managing the waves, right? Shout out Restore and Retreat for this one as well. Good run. Lots of stuff came together. I think that I would skip Icicle Fracture next time, though. I feel like that didn't add a whole lot. First Lines was fine. The good Spell Shield Pinger and a target relocator for Ancient Synergy. Good stuff. Happy with that run. Awkward silence time. Please hold. I've been pointing it out at the end of the runs, but a lot of these seed names have been very weird. This one's fine. Nothing weird about it. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed, don't forget to leave me a like. Subscribe if you want to see more. I'll see you in the next one. Have a good one.